Hey team, just wanted to send you a quick message for tomorrow night. A couple things to go over real quick before we kind of jump into the outline of what we're discussing tomorrow. I really need your guys' help getting our students out of the building and out of small groups at 8:30. I'll do my best every week to start the music so that you guys know that you have about 5 minutes left. But all you guys have cell phones. There's a clock in the room near the soundboard if you need to look at that, but we really need to get our students out at 8:30 every week. I know I'll go long at times, or worship may go long at times, and so I need your guys' flexibility with that group time. But I need to honor parents picking up their kids. In these last few weeks, we've really struggled at getting our students out the door. So if I could get your guys' help from that, that would be awesome. We're going to continue to meet in our grade levels right now, 7 through 9 and 10 through 12, guys and girls. We're going to try this model and continue to press through to see what works best to engage our kids, what works best to kind of continue to facilitate healthy conversation. So at our next leaders meeting, we'll evaluate that. Love to hear you guys' feedback. Love to hear kind of your successes with it, some of the challenges with it. So be thinking and observing those things as we continue through these next few weeks. Also, want to remind you guys, we're going to try to do our next leaders meeting on April 28th. We're going to meet here at the church office from 2 to 3:30. We're still trying to work out that Sunday morning connect time. I think it's really going to be possible when we get into the new building. So right now we're just going to meet this Sunday the 28th from 2 to 3:30. So I got to be honest, we've been busy this week, and my message is still in outline form for tomorrow. So I don't have a bunch of awesome stuff to tell you guys, and I'm probably not going to be able to get the small group questions out until later tonight. But what we look at in John chapter 7 is a couple different interesting things that comes up. Jesus basically comes in and his family disowns him, and then he starts accusing people of trying to kill him as he begins to transform his ministry into claiming who he is. And the other thing that's really cool is kind of in the middle of John chapter 7, Jesus begins to declare who he is. Am I not here with you for a short time? Am I not this? Am I not that? And so what we're going to do is track that idea of who is Jesus. Because in John chapter 7, people begin to ask, who is Jesus? Is he really who he claims to be? And so tomorrow we're going to lock that question in with our students. Hey, who is Jesus? Is he the great I am in your life? Is he really the person that you're standing on, that rock that you're on? If he declares this is who I am, have you declared that he is the great I am? Setting up a teaching moment again with the song, The Great I Am, to again connect our students to a worship song and prayer, that declaration. So we're going to set up that idea of who Jesus is. And then when you as an individual, when we as individuals declare that Jesus is the great I am in our life, that he's the rock that we're standing on, instantly we're going to be challenged by our family. They're not going to believe us. They're not going to want us to do it. There's going to be struggles in that. And we saw that within Jesus' ministry. So we're going to talk about when we stand on the rock, we're going to have challenges with our family. There's going to be consequences, for lack of a better word, that happen when we begin to step out in our faith. The other thing that happened in Jesus' ministry is people began to want to kill him. And we'll probably connect, hey, your life may be easy right now, but the moment you decide to be a follower of Jesus, Satan, the lion who's out to steal, kill, and destroy, he's going to come after your life. When you were on the sideline, it was no big deal. You weren't a threat to him. You weren't a threat to anybody else. But as soon as you declare that, hey, you know what? I believe in Jesus. I believe that God is the great I am. I'm going to stand on this. Satan's going to come after you. And so you have to be ready for that and not be surprised by it, not view it as a negative from your decision, but the fact that, hey, you know what? Satan views you as a threat, and that's why you're getting these challenges. What we're going to kind of wrestle with, and what I haven't really processed through, the end of the chapter talks about Jesus giving the promise of the Holy Spirit, promise of one greater. Now, I don't know if I want to vision cast with that, if that's my one point I'm hooking on, that the Spirit of God is here to help you in the midst of this when you make the decision, or if I want to sit and sink on that idea that God is the great I am, that it is the greatest decision that you can make, that this is scary when you say God is the great I am, because entering into the presence of God, entering into the throne room is intimidating. And what do we try to do? And we declare that God is the great I am. Instead of going in and prayer, going in and worshiping this God that we have a right to, we begin to put on kind of the Christian act things. Well, I'm not going to pray to you, God, but I'll read my Bible more, or I'll serve at the church, or hey, you know what? I'll volunteer at an outreach project, or maybe I'll give a little bit more money. But we don't push into the presence of God. And I think that's really where my heart is going to be, and I'll probably tie in, the Spirit of God is there to help us press into these things. But again, I want to make that connection with worship, with prayer, with intimacy, with our identity as sons and daughters, and that when we declare ourselves as saved through Jesus, when we declare God as the great I am, we have the authority and the ability to enter into the throne room where all the power and all the glory is, but it's the very thing that we are fearful to do because of our sinful past. So that's where we're going. Hopefully I can get some questions to you guys later tonight. I thank you for who you are, for what you do, and I will talk to you soon.